Replacing the drive motor on the 2007 to 2014 Chevy Tahoe and variant, you will need the 706 suffix for the passenger side. 705 is for the driver's side when you have what they call with memory. I believe that's referring to if you have a key fob that's assigned to mirror settings and things like that. So this is different from replacing the drive motors, which articulate the mirrors in and out for parking purposes. There are plenty of videos out there on how to do that, and that actually shows you how to remove the hardware on the back side. It's pretty simple. Just take your time. There's a couple of different pins that you have to hit, some here along the top. Just be careful, and you won't end up replacing that either. Not necessary to take this bottom piece off, but for the purposes of instruction, I went ahead and did that as well. So you'll have a couple of wiring harnesses that you have to connect back. It's important to make sure that your wiring is out of the way, and it's pretty simple. So the drive motor is just going to connect up to these 4 spots. You really can't screw it up because the way that this goes in and the way that you have to put it on there keeps you from putting it in the wrong position and making your mirrors work like 90 degrees out of phase. So here I've connected up the new part. It's pretty simple. I didn't have any trouble unsnapping it, replacing it, and snapping it back in. Make sure this orange cord is behind it. Otherwise, this isn't going to articulate properly. Here where you can see I've reset the 4 screws. I'm not going to bore you with watching me screw them in, but that's how it will look. Again, make sure this orange wire is well clear of the harness behind it so that you don't have any problems with articulation. Also, I recommend, once you have it fastened, moving the motor all the way down so that it's easy to slide the mirror on, which is the next part of what we do. The screws are now tightened up, utilizing a good crossing pattern. You can see it's good and snug, and I've articulated it all the way down so that it'll make it easy to slide the mirror over these 4 pins. Now, you should have used blue tape in the removal process just as a safety feature, but here I've loosely reaffixed the blue tape so that you can see down in there where the 4 pins are and the spots on the back side of the mirror that I'm just going to slide up and over and reattach to the motor. So as you're putting the mirror back on, you can check it on both sides, and then you've got these harnesses here that need to be reconnected. These 2 black wires, really doesn't matter which side you connect them to. Just got to get that connected back up. And then you've got this harness right here. Probably shouldn't try and do it with one hand, but you get the idea. Take the time to make sure that your mirrors on there, on that drive motor, are good and snug, because you don't want to be dropping a mirror going down the highway. And you can use, a panel removing tool. That'll help. And then once you think you've got it set, articulate it completely. You shouldn't have any binding on any of these spots. So if you move it and it starts making noise like you're rubbing up against something, then you want to go back and try and get it on just a little bit better, because you don't want to burn out your motor because living with unnecessary friction. You'll know it's in there properly when you articulate it back and forth, and it's nothing but the sound of the engine or the motor running inside of there. No binding, nothing like that. Okay, so then again, you want to make sure that your wires are out of the way. You've reconnected your harnesses properly. So it's solid there. Again, these 2 don't matter. at the order, just make sure you get them on good and snug. And press on the back side or the front side of the mirror while you're doing that. And then just reinstall the plastic. Pretty simple. So your bottom piece just goes like so. Start from the inside, work your way back. Make sure you hit all of the clips. Get that around in on the front. Okay, snaps in. And then for the top, same way. Start on the bottom where you've got your bigger connectors, and then just make sure you tuck that in underneath on the front. All right. I hope this has been helpful. Thanks to everybody in the past who's done YouTube videos that has made it much easier for me to do a lot of the things. Hopefully this helps you. Pay it forward.